One of the things I did while I was in Alaska was to hike Flattop Mountain. There are lots of places named Flattop Mountain in the world, but the one in Alaska is in Chugach State Park and is actually right on the edge of Anchorage. The Flattop Mountain Trail is divided into 3 distinct sections, with them being easy, moderate, and difficult in that order. The first section is called the Blueberry Loop, and it is a loop that you can hike just by itself. It's relatively smooth and easy to accomplish. There is some altitude gain, but it's an easy trail. There are some interesting trees to see along the Blueberry Loop trail as well. The day that I hiked the Flattop Mountain Trail started out overcast and foggy, which blocked the view of the mountains but made for some interesting scenes. The trail begins to get a little rougher here, but it's still fairly easy to get through. I was glad I had a decent pair of boots on. The trail starts having a bit of a drop-off, and at some point someone has installed railroad ties to make stairs and reinforce the sides of the trail. It appears that they have eroded somewhat since they were installed. The drop-off on the side of the trail is no worse than the Saddle Rock Trail at my hometown, Scottsbluff National Monument. Once I got above the fog, I took some interesting photos and video. When you get to the top of the Blueberry Loop, there's an area that I call the lower saddle, and you have 2 options. You can continue on to the upper saddle, or you can follow the Blueberry Loop back down to the parking lot. Once you start on the middle section, things get a little bit more serious. There are some more railroad tie stairs installed, but a lot of them have been washed out and are more of a hazard than just going around them. There are some nice views from this middle section of the trail. Once I got to the upper saddle, things got really serious. I ended up doing a bit of scrambling. I am still able to use my trekking poles here, but the time will come when the trekking poles will be more of a hindrance than a help. Here is a point that I should have put my trekking poles away in my backpack and just scrambled. If I ever do this again, I will follow my own advice. Every so often you will see an orange dot painted on a rock. This is supposed to be the recommended trail, but from what I can see, you just kind of pick your own way to the top.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I finally made it to the top, and the view was worth every step. The top is big enough to build a football stadium on, but why on earth you would want to hike this far to watch a football game, I don't know. And as it says, the top of the mountain is flat. You can also get a nice view of downtown Anchorage from here. So what goes up must come back down. Going down was just as hard as going up and arguably more dangerous. I learned a few lessons on this hike though. First lesson, I was glad that I wore pants and not shorts. This guy in front of me had shorts on and ended up slipping and falling and scraping his legs up. I slid some, but did not scrape anything. I am wearing gloves. I had read on the All Trails app that there was a scramble at the end of this hike, and so I went to a Walmart in Anchorage and bought a cheap pair of gloves and was really glad that I did. You can also see that my camera is dangling around and bouncing back and forth in this video. I have since solved that problem by buying a Peak Design camera clip that I put on my backpack straps. It holds the camera in place really well and stops it from swinging. For the trip back, I took the other half of the Blueberry Loop just to see what it looks like. It's actually easier of the two sides of the Blueberry Loop, and it is still pretty. cool part is that you can actually see Flattop Mountain from Anchorage. It's very prominent on the horizon there. I didn't know this until I got back.